Welcome, everyone, to a new season of the NBA. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us at 2K Sports are as we get ready to start the season in style. This is Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill here with me. And in a few moments, we'll hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. And here's what the Utah Jazz schedule looks like. On Friday, they'll kick off a homestand, starting with the Brooklyn Nets. Then on Sunday, they'll be playing against Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
In that game against the Kings, that will be their fourth outing in this young season. Coach will want to have his team starting to build a rhythm by then.
The starters for Utah: Jaren Jackson out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Collier, and it's Bailey in at the small forward position. And for Miami, Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Tim Hardaway, and it's Mitchell in at the 1. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
Now here's Hardaway. Back to Antetokounmpo. Rebounded by Bailey. Here's Peterson, defended by Hardaway. Peterson, no good. And it's Miami's ball. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Mitchell. Wiggins, left side. Pass to Antetokounmpo. For three, Hardaway. Utah grabs the miss. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Just moments ago, Erik Spoelstra and I were able to chat. They were concerned with Jaren Jackson Jr. on both ends of the floor. Coach saying defensively, Triple J covers so much space, a blocking machine. And on the other side of the ball, Jaren has serious skill for a man of his size. He's a tough game plan for us. Jaren Jackson Jr., a two-way menace. Brian?
Thank you for that, Allie. Now here's Mitchell. Antetokounmpo up top. Shot clock at 6. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
And so Antetokounmpo nails both of them. Stan, another head coach from the Greg Popovich tree. Will Hardy, who started his career in San Antonio.
And there have been a lot of successful guys that have come through the Spurs organization. Will Hardy is just another one who is developing into an outstanding NBA coach.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Markkanen from long range. Connects from downtown.
Well, Markkanen's one of the more efficient high-volume three-point shooters in the league.
Mitchell, the pass to Adebayo. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Here's Peterson. After the basket by Miami. Pass to Bailey. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
For Miami, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Mitchell, the pass to Adebayo. Adebayo sets a screen. Here's Wiggins. 2 points. That one goes.
Yeah, good job by Wiggins, playing at his pace and carving out space for his shot.
Well, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Jackson outside. Pass to Peterson. Here's Bailey. To the paint. Here's Jackson. And he makes it on the layup. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Miami. They trail by 1. And Erik Spoelstra decides to call timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Smith, he's checked in for Mitchell. Okogie's checked in for Utah. And right here, the 2K leaderboard shows us which teams made the most of their second chance opportunities last year. Number 1, the Jazz.
And it was just great watching them be so assertive on the offensive glass. This is a team that trusted in their ability to keep possessions alive last season.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Antetokounmpo finds Hardaway. Off target with the 3. The Jazz have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. A different look for Miami. Bobby Portis comes in for Smith. And Fontecchio's subbed in for Andrew Wiggins. And a switch here also for Utah. George, he's checked in for Bailey. Here's Hardaway. Antetokounmpo outside. Pass to Adebayo. And here is Antetokounmpo. And there's 1:38 left in the first quarter. Portis for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
And that's just Giannis making the right play, feeding the open man.
A minute 29 left to play in the first. George passes to Markkanen. Jackson with a screen on Adebayo. Markkanen for 3. Rebound Miami. Now Adebayo. A different look for Miami. Wiggins, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Smith in for Hardaway. Hayes is checked in for Utah. Bailey comes in for Peterson. Fontecchio, the pass to Smith. And a miss there on the triple. Utah trailing here. George outside. Pass to Bailey. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. Miami has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Smith passes to Wiggins. Smith outside. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Adebayo. Let's go with a 3. Rebounded by Bailey. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be on Bobby Portis.
Well, you talk about a guy who can start for any team in the league. That's what Jaren Jackson is all about. Shoot 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Heat making a change here. Jovic is checked in. And a switch here also for Utah. Williams is checked in. And so Jackson nails both of them.
He's one of the league's best free throw shooting bigs. A performance like this certainly proves it.
Now here's Wiggins. Up top, Portis fires it. It's all tied in Miami. And we'll be back with you shortly. If you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Hey, guys, what's your take on Miami so far?
I'll tell you what, throughout the first, they did a great job of just running their offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
And the rate of player ejections going up in recent seasons, Stan.
Well, Brian, players these days certainly have a voice in a lot of things, and when it comes to critiquing officials, they're not shy. We see complaints on virtually every call in games now, and the referees seem to have had enough of it.
They've got Andrew Wiggins, Simone Fontecchio out there with Bobby Portis, and it's Jovic in at power forward. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Portis the screen for three, and that one's good. Jovic has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. George with it, yet to see a basket. The fader, not enough on that one as it misses.
And the defense gave him no space. He had to fade back. That's not an easy look for most guys.
Now here's Wiggins. From outside the arc. And again, it's Miami from deep.
And they're trending in the right direction after a rough first quarter from the field.
Jazz trail by 3. And Grant the Heat last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire two-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, what he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important.
George over to help. Three-pointer. Wiggins for the triple.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Close the net on 2 minutes played here in the second. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
It's time to talk this over and try to put a stop to this run.
Yeah, I like the timeout here. The coaching staff needs to get these guys regrouped and refocused.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Collier, checked by Mitchell. Back to Okogie, pass to Jackson, 6 to shoot, and that one's good. Jackson's got 6.
A nice bit of muscle there from Jackson Jr. to get the inside score through contact.
Heat leading by 4. Rim protection and shooting, so important. Jaren Jackson Jr. has both of those skills, Stan.
Yeah, and look, Brian, it's rare to find guys who can do both of those things. Shot blocker at the rim and stretch the defense at the other end. Guys like that are hard to come by.
He's been a defensive player of the year. Maybe we'll see him in the three-point contest one day. Oh, wasted no time on that one.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
Jazz trail by 6. Pass to Okogie. Here's Bailey. To the left side wing. Jackson the screen. Shot clock at 5. Over Adebayo. Jackson can't get it to go.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Fontecchio, the pass to Portis. Now here's Adebayo. Shoots a fadeaway. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. And now it's an 8-point Miami lead.
Yeah, Adebayo's really good at facing up from mid-range. Buries the jumper there.
There's a minute 47 left in the first half of this game. Jackson with a screen on Mitchell. And it's Miami with a rebound. And here's Adebayo. Portis with a screen on Jackson. Adebayo against Jackson. Adebayo passes to Portis. Fades away. It's hauled in by Collier. Jazz trail by 8. 1:11 left in the second quarter. Here's Jackson. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
At his height, Jackson Jr. just needs to be assertive to successfully attack inside.
And the Heat with possession. They're on a 13-4 run. And so it's Erik Spoelstra with the timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. Stan, how do you think the Utah Jazz have fared with a relatively young squad?
Well, Brian, I'd say admirably. It's not easy to be the less experienced team figuring things out all the time, but they continue to grow and work and get better.
Kupo's checked in for Miami. Hardaway comes in for Fontecchio. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Utah. Peterson comes in for Okogie. And so here is Miami. 6-point game. Mitchell, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Wiggins looking around. Throws it up high. Stolen by Jackson. 3-on-3. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
Assisted. Bailey.
There's 38 seconds left to play in the first half. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Wiggins. To the middle. Here's Adebayo. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Foul. Isaiah Collier. First personal foul. First team foul. Now at the line. Bang. If a player is fouled on a made basket as he goes to the free throw line, my call would sound like this. Now
yeah, Bam's a little undersized for his position, but he makes up for it with great effort, athleticism, and intensity.
Here's Collier, still without a bucket. Pass to Jackson. Here's Collier. Clock at 6. Lets the three fly. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Outside Mitchell. For three, Hardaway. No good on the last second attempt there. So we conclude the first half. It's the Heat up 7. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Guys, thanks. Andrew, this team has set the tone at the defensive end. What's working for you?
We just got after it. That's the main thing. We just try to make them uncomfortable. We tested everything, and, we were converting on the other side.
It's all about the effort. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And, folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
And thank you for joining us, as with 2 quarters in the books, it's looking good for the Miami Heat.
Their bench has impressed. You get a jolt of energy, all that offense. This is a well-rounded roster.
Yeah, team chemistry, a big point of emphasis for this organization. Taking a closer look at the first half matchups, these two guys have led the way for their teams.
You watch them, they have competing styles, man. But the net effect, at least offensively, is very, very similar.
Pretty crazy how easy it is for these guys to score.
They make it look easy, Ernie. It ain't.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
We've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Boy, how about Jaren Jackson? An impressive effort here today.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Jazz trail by 7. Well, Coach, how about the Erik Spoelstra story? Started as a video coordinator with the Heat back in '95. You were an assistant in Miami back then.
Yeah, look, Brian, even then, Erik is one of the rare guys that all of us on the staff knew right from the beginning that he had all the makings of a great coach. Players trusted him and had confidence in his ability to help them.
From the video room to the Hall of Fame one day.
No question.
Kicking off the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. We've got Lauri Markkanen. He's out there with Jackson. And it's Bailey in at the 3 slot. Here's Collier. He's scoreless. Jackson the screen. Here's Markkanen. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim.
Well, Markkanen's height, it's such an advantage in that mid-range area.
Mitchell finds Adebayo. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. There's the triple. Utah grabs the miss.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. 6 to shoot. Here's Bailey, hounded by Wiggins. And Bailey gets it to go. Bailey's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And so it's Erik Spoelstra with the timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
For your Heat squad, make some noise!
Who would you want to see in the dunk contest?
Well, Brian, look, I want to go back to the glory days when the most recognizable guys in the game were the ones that participated. Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins. I think if we could get guys like Zion Williamson, Ja Morant, that would be fantastic. But it's got to be the names out there that people know.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He's going to talk it over with his guys. A look now at the leaderboard to see which teams had the toughest defenses this past season. Miami, third.
They made life hard on opponents. One of the best defenses in the NBA last year.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Pass to Wiggins. Outside Hardaway. Down low. Here's Adebayo. The shot off that time. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort.
Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility. But I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
The Heat with the lead. Outside Hardaway. Antetokounmpo outside. Hardaway on the wing. 5 on the clock. This one for 3. That shot, no good.
Well, I'm sure this wasn't what they planned coming out of the locker room. They need to calm down and regroup.
Markkanen outside. Pass to Collier. Here's Bailey. For the lead. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now. Now here's Mitchell. Tightly guarded. And Adebayo slams it in.
Well, he can do that. Adebayo's an excellent athlete, even by NBA standards.
Jazz trail by 3. And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. And stolen by Adebayo. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Mitchell's got 4 assists now tonight.
The moment Bam gets the ball close in, he's really hard to stop.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, Lauri Markkanen's shooting stroke at 7 feet tall had former Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle comparing him to Dirk. Lauri said it feels good to hear that because he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but there's still a long way to go, and it gives me more motivation to keep getting better. He's not getting a big head, Brian.
No, he's not, and that's the way you have to approach it to be great. Thanks, Allie. The first one falls. Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
Miami making a switch here. Fontecchio's checked in. Now here's Wiggins. Give him 8. Okogie pulls down the board.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Well, there's Markkanen putting his 7-foot frame to use with the block.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Utah with another miss. And so Adebayo will bring it up for the Miami Heat. Leading by 5. Fontecchio. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot. And will go to the line. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Miami?
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Well, another thing they've been doing right in this one is making the most of turnovers. Lots of points for them tonight off of them.
Bobby Portis has checked in for Miami. Jovic comes in for Hardaway. And the free throw, no good. And your first NBA coaching job was with the Miami Heat, Stan. That was as an assistant back in the 90s, just a few years ago.
Yeah, just a few, Brian. And the Heat have changed a lot. The game has changed a lot over those years. Look, back then, the Heat were probably the most physical team in the NBA, and it was just knockdown, drag-out fights all the time.
Pass to Bailey. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. From downtown, sinks the tray. Bailey's got 5 points now in the quarter. Heat leading by 4. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Oh, he's a menace in the paint. Antetokounmpo.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Oh, at the buzzer. He got it off in time.
That is an incredible shot.
Make no mistake, that's a big-time three. They've narrowed this lead, and we'll see if they can keep the momentum here.
We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. Heat out in front. They're up by 3. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. And meanwhile, Eric Spoelstra rallying the troops.
Trust it. Good to great. Good to great. Don't settle for average shots. Move it.
And Coach Spoelstra instructing his guys to look for the best option.
Yeah, there's no reason to rush any bad shots, especially with 24 seconds to work with.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. They've got Davion Mitchell. Bam Adebayo is out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic, and it's Jovic in at small forward. That's the group in the game for the Heat. First stand since trading Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell in 2022. The Utah Jazz have done some reshaping of their roster.
Yeah, and Brian, it's clear that they're not done. The tinkering continues. They're going to continue to move pieces around until they find what they think can become a championship contending team.
Fontecchio's checked in for Bogdanovic.
And they need to play good defense here. That trip to the line helped and hurt.
Outside Mitchell. Buries it down low. Jazz trail by 4. Here's Williams. Pass to Hayes. Just 5 to shoot. Hayes with a screen. Here's Okogie. No good from outside.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
To the inside. Uneasy, too, on the layup. Now it's a 6-point Heat lead.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
And for the Jazz, they're shooting the ball at 48% so far. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. Now Williams. Pass to Hayes. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Markkanen. Rebounded by Jovic.
Well, the defense was giving him that one, but he made the shot more difficult than it needed to be. You got to play smart.
Now here's Mitchell. Here's Jovic. Fires from deep. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Mitchell's got 5 assists in the game.
And showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Williams in the post. Checked by Mitchell. Here's Okogie. Pass to Hayes. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
One of the reasons why they're on the wrong side of this score is their inability to get points in the paint. It's been a problem this half.
So for Miami, Antetokounmpo is checked in for Portis. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Jovic. And Hardaway is subbed in for Fontecchio. Peterson, he's checked in for Utah. Collier comes in for Williams. Now here's Mitchell. Pass to Adebayo. Outside Hardaway. Launches it. Utah grabs the miss.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Shooting for Utah.
First free throw is good. Jackson, he's checked in for Hayes. He's off on the second. And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Back to Mitchell. And he's going for the lob. And here's the fast break. Pass to Collier. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Bailey. Up and over Hardaway. And another miss by Utah. Miami leading by 5. Antetokounmpo outside. The three from Mitchell. On target from range.
And showing the point guard instincts there. Boy, Giannis can make it look easy.
Here's Peterson. Uses the glass on the layup.
It's fun for us to sit back and watch him go to work. But that's our job, not the defense's. They left him too open on that play.
Now here's Mitchell. Inside. Antetokounmpo can't connect. Jazz trail by 6.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
Miami has gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. Outside for Mitchell. Shot from 12. Rebounded by Bailey. And for Utah, they're shooting about 47%. A nice number. Jackson, the screen. Here's Peterson, defended by Hardaway. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a three-point opportunity here. One free throw coming up.
Team foul number 4. For the Jazz, Peterson, 1.
Five seconds left in the fourth. To the paint. From 7 feet away. Antetokounmpo can't connect.
And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
Absolutely need a 3 here.
Here's Peterson. Off target at the rim. Jackson against Adebayo. Antetokounmpo outside. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Markkanen. So it's the Heat taking the W in a close one. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
Bam, of all the aspects that went into this win, which do you think was most important?
When it got down to crunch time, we really locked in, and we pride ourselves on that, like I always say. And we take those matchups, those one-on-one matchups personal. And we got the stops, and we got to W. We got to tough this one out.
It's always better when you can make it personal. Thanks so much, Bam.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. We'll see you later.